Hi everyone, today we are going to have a chat about the three different Suzukis that we can currently get in South Africa, namely the GA, the GL and the GLX, and which one I think is a good deal to go for. We recently took part in the four-wheel drive to the max competition that's going to be televised. We did an episode on that one, so check that out as well. And we actually drove those GLs for 4 days, different obstacles, on the road, off-road. We really spent some time with them. And I was really impressed with the GL. The GL, I think, is a very, very good spec. So let's quickly go and check what specs the GA, the GL and the GLX have, and then we can discuss that a bit further. So first off, the specs. Yes, I'm using a paper. You guys will have a nice screenshot on the screen of this one. Okay, so the lowest model we've got is the GA model. South Africa is actually very lucky that we have 3 different model Jimnys. A lot of other countries don't have that choice. The UK guys just have the commercial version without the back seats. The Australian guys are still, they just got the GA at the start, and now they're starting to get the GLX models. So the GL model is quite a big one for Suzuki South Africa. But let's start on the standard GA model. So you get air conditioning and power steering and an immobilizer with it, ABS, dual front airbags, electronic stability program, the All Grip Pro. So for off-road use, you've got that in the GA. You've got brake LSD traction control in the GA, hill hold and descent control, the normal 15-inch steel wheels that you get on the GA model, and then a double-din radio. The speakers and antennas are already in. Now looking at the GL model, so you get all that in the GA. Adding on the GL model, what do you get extra? You basically get the electric windows and mirrors. Big bonus. Guys, this is a big one. When you're driving with this car on a day-to-day basis, it really gets irritating moving mirrors around and handle on the windows. Front fog lights, they added those in, so I think the fog lights are basically the same you get on the GLX. Then you've got the alloy wheels that comes with the GLX, you get in the GL as well. Then they've put in a bit of a fancier radio for you, MP3, CD, Bluetooth, normal little radio without the touch interface or Android Auto or the iPhone devices that you can do. A remote central locking also included. So then you look at the GLX model. What do you get extra on the GLX model? You get color-coded door handles, or wrapped like mine. Auto LED projector lights. Guys, this is a big one for me. These lights make a massive difference. The LED lights on the GLX is amazing. In some cases, I just feel that you don't even need spotlights if you've got those lights installed. So that's a big one for me. Then you get the, on the older models, the 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, and on the newer models, the 10-inch infotainment system. That's Android Auto compatible and iPhone compatible. The GLX also has a leather-covered steering wheel. On that one, I'll chat a bit later. GLX has got cruise control, which is a positive. You've got the extra 12-volt accessory plug in the back on the GLX. Then you also have the resin-covered 50-50 split folding rear seat and a rear cabin light, which is very useful. Auto climate control and the luggage area box that you can insert just behind the back seat. So having a closer look at the GLX and what I'm missing on the GLX, on the GL, sorry. The infotainment system. My 7-inch, great, happy with it. It works awesome. I don't have issues with my Android phone connecting to the infotainment system. The new 10 inches, the guys have complained that they're struggling to connect their phones to it, that type of stuff. But after a bit of research on the Australian forums, and the Aussies actually complaining about the functionality of that 10-inch screen, there is an update available. So if you're having problems with your 10-inch, take it into the dealerships. There is an update that fixes all those problems you're having. The leather covered steering wheel. During the competition, I realized as soon as my hands get a bit sweaty or wet, you're in and out of the car the whole time, that normal plastic rubber steering wheel they've got on the GL gets a bit slippy for me in the way I drive. And I prefer the leather covered steering wheel. But I think it's a small thing. The cruise control, on longer trips, cruise control is really nice, especially if you're driving boring roads that's just straight up and downs, no sharp turns, that type of stuff. I use the cruise control quite often. The luggage 12-volt accessory at the back is a nice to have. It's, if you've got fridges, all that stuff, it's nice to have that extra connection point at the back. And I use it quite a lot. We're charging cameras in there, just quickly plugging a phone in at the back to get it charged, that type of stuff. The rear cabin light, but guys, we've got guys like Jimny Wild and all those guys that can give you brighter LED lights for the interior of the car, so that's not a major concern. The auto climate control, I don't use that as often in the summer, but in the winter I utilize it a lot. I set it to about 22 degrees, then I know the car is a good temperature inside, and it's nice in winter times for me to drive with the climate control. And the luggage area box in the rear, mine is fully packed. You guys could see on my previous videos I utilize that a lot, so that's a positive for me. But looking at pricing now and saying what are the good deals you get, so the GA model, you just get in a manual transmission. Currently that sells for 326,900 Rand in South Africa. Then the GL manual comes in at 343,900. It's about, if I do my sums quickly, it's about 17,000 Rand more than the GA model, which is not a bad price point, a really good price point. The positive is the GL comes in the automatic as well. So if you're looking for a cheap automatic Jimny, I'd say the 1.5 GL automatic at 346,900 is a good deal, because the GLX manual comes in at exactly the same price. Then GLX automatic comes in at 385,900 Rand. So looking at these price differences, I'd say 1.5 GL manual is a great deal, because the biggest things that bothers me on the GL is the headlights and the infotainment system that's missing. That's using it as an all-rounder. So long trips, driving to work, back, all that stuff, I'd like to have LED projector headlights on it, and I'd like to have the nice infotainment system on it. So the price difference between those two is about 21,000 Rand. Now, for the lights, you can go with the JW speaker lights, which are LED lenser lights that all the Jeep guys put on. They come in at about 10 grand. And for a very nice infotainment system, you still got the controls on the steering wheel for volume up and down, skipping your songs, all that stuff. You can put in a nice Kenwood radio or the 1nav system, and that comes in at about 10 to 11 grand. So you basically can use the GL, and the main factors that put me off it is the headlights and the infotainment system, and you're gonna get a fully functional, great GLX model for 343,000 Rand, which I think is a good deal. Guys, have a look at the GL models. I think, in my opinion, awesome that Suzuki brought this model in for us. Bit more affordable, and you can mod it still like you plan to mod all the other cars. One thing I also realized is, with the, I'd say from 2021 to 2022 Jimnys that were brought in from India, Suzuki has made a change on the suspension. The suspension is not as bad as the GLX, the initial GLXs we got from Japan. The suspension is a bit more, it's a bit firmer, still comfortable, and I'd say, you know, if you're not planning to do massive overlanding and massive 4x4ing, the standard suspension might not be a bad option to stick to. And only when you get to that place where that suspension doesn't work for you anymore, where you get too much body sway, or if you want more flex out of the car, or you want a comfier ride for bad gravel roads, then you look at a suspension upgrade. But Suzuki has made a change on the standard suspension, definitely. So first drive it, make sure that this suspension is going to work for you. If it doesn't work for you, you've got other aftermarket options that you can go to for your type of use case. So my opinion, I think the GL manual and the GL automatic are great deals to look at, and with a bit of small aftermarket changes, you can get away cheaper than with the GLX model. So my opinion, if you guys agree with me, if you guys don't agree with me, please comment. We're always there on the comments. We like to reply to your comments. Okay, papers keep on going away again. Let me just put them away properly. Okay, so GL manual and GL automatic, I think it's a great add-on that Suzuki South Africa gave us. And guys, I think it's a good deal to go for it. Then we're also doing our Zoom calls now. We call it Just Jimny Live. We've already done one last month. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. We do a normal VC call with Jimny drivers, and they ask me questions and I give them my opinion on different accessories and questions that they have. The next one coming up will be the 2nd of October at 9 o'clock. Go and check out our Facebook page. All the details are on there. It's also been created as an event on Facebook. So go and show us if you're interested or that type of stuff. We'll be ready for you. What we're covering in this specific session is you show us your Jimny. We talk a bit about accessories, and you also tell us what accessories you like and what accessories you think you wasted money on. Good content for the whole Jimny community, so help us participate in this event. It's gonna be awesome. Then we also have the Suzuki South Africa gathering happening sometime. We're waiting for more information on that one. Keep an eye on our Facebook page, Just Jimny, and we will share any content we get. We will share there so that we can make sure that we get as many as possible participants for the Suzuki South Africa event, showing Suzuki that we love them as well. So keep an eye on that stuff. And guys, if you like our content, please like, subscribe. If you really find a video gave you good information, there's the super like button that you can press as well, and you donate a bit of money towards us, and we can keep this channel going and growing and give more information to Jimny drivers. You know, we do this for the community and the love of the community and the love of 4x4 and the love of Jimnys. And as always, just Jimny on.